and then you gasp for air. One, that is a concept of balance that is imbalanced, because you had things going one way and then it was like this quick inhalation to catch up to your breath. Namaste, everybody. Welcome to Smart Yoga. I'm Don. I'm talking today about one of my favorite subjects or concepts, and it's balance. What is balance? Most of us conceptualize balance as, you're in dancer's pose and do you fall out of it, or tree pose, or being able to stay upright physically in a pose, in a posture. Balance is so much more, and to help you conceptualize it, to see where in a yoga practice it comes into play and how you can benefit from it practically off the mat, in a practical sense off the mat. Balance isn't just holding that, staying upright in tree pose and then coming out of it. Balance has to do, speaking of, let's just say tree pose, how you go into the posture and how you come out of it. And you want there to be a similar energy, a similar pace to how you bring your leg up, the leg that you're taking up next to your standing leg, and you bring it up, and then you come into prayer pose, for example. And then how you unwind from it should be basically a reverse of how you went into it, including the pace. How you set your foot back down on the floor should be similar to the way how you took it off the floor. That is a broadened concept of balance. Balance also has to do with your breath. And it really starts there, where let's say you have 4 counts to your inhalation, then let's say a pause of 2, and an exhalation of 4, or you could set it. It could be 4, 2, 6. It could be 8, 1, 8. You decide that. But creating that mindfulness of balance in breathing is something that will translate off the mat into conversations with your children, with your spouse, with your boss, with anybody, such that there's a consistency. That's a big part of what balance is about. And then there's also everything you do on the left side, you also do on the right side in yoga. That is also part of the concept of balance. Another part of balance, this was a big one for me too. This helped me a lot. My instructor, Ranjita, I'll come up with another name for her because she's more than an instructor, but she told this during one of the teacher trainings, I forget which one, but she said, if you're going to believe the bad things about yourself, you've also got to be willing to believe the good things about yourself if you're going to be in balance. And as much as I wanted to find a flaw in that line of reasoning, and I did, I tried. I'm like, this is going back, I don't know, 12, 14 years, 15, whatever it was. But I tried to find a flaw in that, well, that's true under most circumstances, but here's where there's a flaw in it. There's not a flaw in it. If you're going to believe the bad things about yourself, the things that you want to change, you've also got to be willing to acknowledge, accept, and embrace the good things. You don't want to beat yourself up too much over the bad things, and you don't want to become egotistical over the good things. You just want to see them, know them for what they are, and this will help you play to your strengths in life and not play to your weaknesses, for instance. But that is a broadened concept of the notion of balance. It's not just standing in a posture and not falling out of it. And another thing about breathing, not just about having, let's say 4 counts here, inhalation, maybe 6 to your exhalation, 4 to the, to where you're mindful of it. Having an understanding of your breath and implementing it will also translate into situations in life where you will not only be calmer, but the analogy to, like, if you don't have a consistent pattern to your breath in yoga, if you haven't become aware and habitualized to the point where you have consistency, when you're in a balancing pose, for instance, and you hold your breath, it will help initially because there's no additional bodily movement going on, no unnecessary body movement, bodily functions, movements, whatever going on. But at some point, you're going to need to gasp for air. If you hold your breath going in a tree, for example, or a dancer's pose, or what doesn't matter, even triangle, and then you gasp for air. One, that is a concept of balance that is imbalanced because you had things going one way, and then it was like this quick inhalation to catch up to your breath. That quick, jerky motion of inhaling quickly can cause you to lose your balance. And the metaphor or the analogy comes into play is same thing off the mat in life, where you might be cruising along in life, things are going just fine, and then you see that person you don't like, or you just had an argument with last week, or you're not getting along with one of your children, and then all of a sudden you're all tensed up and you're not in that balance. If you develop a consistency to your breath, it's not merely the consistency to the breath and the breathing itself that will help you in all other situations in life, or many. It's the mindset. It's that you've set your intention to having more consistency, and your mind doesn't always distinguish in other situations in life that, oh, that was only for your yoga practice, that you were trying to have balance and consistency. It will begin to play in other situations in life off the mat. So that's a broader conception of what it is to be in balance. It's left, right, good, bad, and breathing, as I've discussed. So I hope that helps you. I hope in some practical way it will help you in your relationships in life, in just how you process things in life, in how you sort of calm down in life, in how you value your own opinions but value other people's opinions. That's also being in balance. So there's just a world of good that can come from the concept of balance and searching for greater consistency through it. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to see more people join the family and contribute to, all the comments and the community. So there you go. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.